Hey, what's going on, everybody? You can call me Snippy, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. So, in the last one, we cleaved a hole in the floor and saved that thing from a horrible owner. And, we cleaved the way for future projects. Let's put it that way. Yeah, we've cleaved the way for that. Actually, what we're gonna do today, hopefully, probably, most likely, unless I get distracted with something, which doesn't happen very often nowadays. Except for when it just happened right now when I opened that chest. So, I already know what I want to do here, to an extent. I want to make some stores. I want to make some stores, and that's gonna be a little difficult because I don't have any references in my mind ready to go. So, I think we're gonna have to go with a kind of mix of various materials. I do know that I want some concrete powder, though, for stuff. I guess we can start with some, like, red and white shop or something. We'll just start with that, you know, get a nice baseline going. That also requires that I actually, you know, whatchamacallit. I need to, I need to turn it all into actual concrete and not, you know, powder, because we're gonna do it that way. I kind of would rather use terracotta for this, but I think I do want the vibrance of the proper concrete stuff for this. Because that mall is gonna be, I want it to be something completely different. It's really hard to even imagine it at all right now, because it really isn't, you know, there's not much to it right now. It's really just, it's literally just a hole in the floor with a lot of clean stone everywhere. And that's it. Like, look at that. There's nothing here, but there's going to be, okay? There's going to be. I probably should focus and, like, make the entrance first. You know, that's probably how people normally do that kind of thing. But I'm apparently not a normal person at all. Well, I guess it doesn't really come as a surprise, but never mind. You get the point. We're going about this in a weird way. Also, I kind of do want some proof of concept so that I actually know what the hell I'm doing 100%. So, this is basically going to be the episode where I figure that out, and that's kind of a tall ask. It's kind of a tall order, because I really don't know how I'm gonna go about this. And unfortunately, this pickaxe is super broken. I seriously need to fix this. Like, absolutely. I'm not leveling up. That's the problem. I'm not leveling up, so it's hard for me to get on breaking 3 now for that. But I wish I could just give this that. I don't need it. I'll never die. Okay. So we're putting a store here. And we need to figure out how we're going to even do that in the first place. I want it to be kind of like striped. I guess this would be like the front counter, I guess? I mean, does that work? I mean, it kind of does. It kind of does, yeah. I do need to turn it all into... Uh-oh. We're good. We're good. We're good. It did not affect a single torch. We're really lucky. Okay, that actually already looks kind of nice. Wow, concrete is special stuff, isn't it? It'll be a lot easier to do if I just prepare it all beforehand. And since the music stopped, I can do that real easily with a... Okay, so I harvested all of it. We have all of it as hard concrete. Also, just looking at all the white concrete that I had placed, it made me realize this mall would be a lot better off if it was made out of white concrete, like all around. I mean, there's no walls and stuff for that, though, so like an intricate design like this wouldn't work, which this is really nice, isn't it? But it does make me realize how ancient that looks, and I didn't even intend for that. I wanted it to look sleek and modern, and well, yeah, it didn't turn out that good so far. We gotta probably rework that one day, but oh man, this is don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Just place stuff down. All right. Don't think about it too hard. Just place things down, and that'll do. Oh, I have a great idea. I have a really good idea for this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. It's like whatchamacallit. The bollards. No, it's like a gate you close down when you're getting robbed or something. The gate. I don't know what it's called, because I think the last... Oh, shutters! There you go. I remember from Payday 2. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it looks like that. Now, you might think iron bars would do that even better, but, you'd be right. Anyway, I can admit when I'm wrong. But just looking at all the white concrete, yeah, it made me realize how dirty the normal stone actually looks. In my mind, it looks really clean, but it's like, now that is clean right there. That's clean. That is clean. All right, none of this other stuff is even remotely. Now it all looks dirty and gross. Maybe it's just the new stone texture. Maybe that's the problem. They never redid the dirt texture. Why would they redo the stone texture? What the hell? Okay, whatever. We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into roasting modern Minecraft. I think I've done that enough in this early days of this series. In the early days of this series. I don't think I need to bring that back. I think I really do need to, like, tear out the whole floor and everything, though. Because if I really want this to look like what I want it to look like in my mind, I really do need to go all out. Also, I need to go cut down some trees for this, as well as because, you know, I literally just have no wood left anymore. I need to go out and cut some trees down. Hopefully we can get a good amount of surface work done today, and hopefully everything turns out okay. There's still people working on my roof, by the way, so if you hear banging noises in the background, that is what that is. So do not be alarmed, and hopefully it's not super disruptive to the recording, but I kind of can't afford to not record either, so it is what it is. It is what it is. Just gotta live with it. And I will take it as a solution to the problem I outlined in the last video. So that is gonna be nice. But whatever, that's another thing entirely. But yeah, the white concrete. It also made me realize I really like sterile environments. I don't know why I like them. I really don't know why I like them. If anything, I remember like the smell of doctor's offices when I was a kid being a really awful one. Like I really didn't like it. Probably because I didn't like doctor's offices. Probably because I didn't like getting shots. Probably because I didn't like not being in my house. But yeah, that I don't necessarily like sterile environments, but I do like the appearance of them. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm not super picky when it comes to in like decor or anything, but I think I touched on this last episode. The people say that painting stuff with dark colors makes it all kind of, you know, it feels less spacious. It feels more claustrophobic that way and stuff, which is something you'd probably want to avoid usually, unless you're some kind of psychopath. So yeah, it's nice having that capability. You know, having a nice bright room. I mean, the room I'm in is totally painted white, like the walls. It's not quite like that, but you know, it's there's also some dust and spider webs and kind of dirty. But like I said, I live in the Resident Evil 7 house, so what do you expect? Anyway, that's that. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. The way I have this in my head, actually, I guess I shouldn't have that at all. I want like a kind of kitchenette in the back. I guess like that, right? Something like this. I guess this can be the wall. So, well, no, this is gonna be the wall, but this is gonna be like a kind of, I guess, bar, and then this is just like a table in the middle. There's not a ton of room for it to feel very spacious. If I do that though, which is a kind of a problem. And I don't like that. It makes it feel way too claustrophobic. I'd have to dig out the wall more. Or I just have to make this smaller like that. No, even then, oh man, that's not gonna work. We gotta bump this out more. For sure. You don't wanna live with these kind of mistakes early on. You wanna rectify these before they become larger issues. You don't wanna let them fester. You don't wanna let them grow. So we're gonna carve out even more for the sake of this building. And hopefully by the end we'll have a nice place. But I want to build a sterile area now. I want to build like a sterile white concrete house or something. Or like a room or something. Or a hallway. Like a really just like Matrix hallway where they go and meet God or whatever the hell. I don't even remember. I watched those movies a long time ago. I don't even remember what the hell happened. I have no idea. But something like that. I always really liked the idea of that. I don't know if I've said this in a stream before or on a Minecraft video before, and but I think I remember I said at one point that like when I was younger, I was like, when I grow up, I want to live in a vault. Like I literally want my room to be a sterile white, or like hell, just stainless steel, like just with a vault door, like an actual vault door, and like security cameras everywhere. I don't know why, but that was like, oh, that sounds like an awesome house. I would never have to worry about anything. Nobody could ever get in. I mean, they'd probably think there's something important in there, which would make them want to break in, but like that's literally something I considered. I don't know why I did. I've never experienced a break-in before in my life. I don't have any kind of trauma associated with that. I don't have any reason to necessarily be like paranoid about that kind of thing. I guess I just imagine that to be like worst case scenario, because like my house is the most precious and like wonderful place. It's like the idea that it can be broken into at all, even if it's a really small chance, even if it'll literally never happen in my life, that's no, I don't want to take that chance. I don't even want that to be a possibility. If my home is not 100,000,000% perfectly safe, then it is not a home at all. I guess that's the way I think about it. It's like a Minecraft house, right? Nothing can get into that. You know, if you have a door and you're not on hard and zombies don't break doors open because on anything but hard, they can't get into your house. You're safe. You can literally AFK in there and be fine. There's family over, guys. I'm sorry. I really don't have time to like. Well, I guess I will have to. Oh my god, this is a pain in the ass. It's a pain in the ass. Grumpy Snippy in here trying to do his YouTube video. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not even gonna cut this out. I was gonna cut this out. I was gonna stop and cut this out, but these are the cards that have been dealt to me, and I will play them. Okay, so I want stuff here. I didn't get any oak wood. Are you kidding me? Okay, no, I do not need 37 buttons, Minecraft. Okay, I'm gonna start using the normal pickaxe. I don't think I'm gonna need much of this clean stone. Okay, this is bad. This is real bad. A lot of talking in the background. A lot of high-pitched talking. Not good. I'm not gonna cut this out. These past few Minecraft episodes have been like, I'm gonna document the worst. It's not even, that's not even like it's a bad thing. It's kind of actually, I don't know, I like audio, I guess. So it's like hearing distant talking is kind of something I enjoy, but I imagine it's I don't know. It's not, I don't like it in a video, I guess. I like the idea that I'm in a completely vacant, sterile, white vault door room. Hey, think about it like that. There'd be great audio in there, right? Wouldn't like no sound get through the walls at all? Again, like I wanted like metal shutters on the windows and stuff. Man, maybe I was just a crazy kid or something. I don't know. But I thought that would have been the best house ever. I thought that would have been the most amazing house. Okay, hold on. Let me store some of this stuff because we really have to save some space. Okay, let's go get some wood. I need a bunch of oak and I need a bunch of birch. I really don't want to have to replant the goddamn trees though. That's the thing. But if I cut trees around my area, then they're not gonna regrow. You know, I kind of wish Minecraft just made it so that they automatically regrew or something if you didn't cut the bottom log, like every survival game ever made. I should have just used the axe there, but I didn't want to. That was a real opportune moment for a "This is Sparta" joke, but even if some of my videos might feel like they were made in 2012, it doesn't mean that they are, so I can't make that joke. I think that they've relatively changed. No, I think it's just that I've been more immersed in the streaming side of things recently, and that's why I think that, because those aren't like that, obviously. Honestly, it's actually kind of weird. I'm almost in this weird period right now where it's like streaming right now for me is more comfortable than recording videos are right now for me in this moment. That's a very good thing, actually, because that's what I want to do more than anything else. But at the same time, I'm not 100% like, I'm gonna go all in on that. Like, I'm not able to make that claim. Also, I still want to do these videos, you know. I still want to do these videos. I'm not gonna stop doing these videos. Well, I will one day. There will come a day where I do probably stop making videos and either do all streaming or... I don't know. I guess I thought about it like this. Either there'd come a day where I stopped doing streams and only did videos, or there'll come a day where I stop doing videos and only do streams. And it's really up to whatever request fate can get sent in to reality to get actually submitted that will solidify my position in life. I will keep fighting, and I will keep, you know, dreaming, and I will keep creating and thinking of what I must do. But there's only so far and so much that I can do on my own with the you know, problem that I have where I don't like looking things up. I'm not gonna overcome that. At least not. Oh god, there's a creeper. I'm not gonna overcome that in a sense where I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna start Googling stuff now. That will never happen. But there might come a day where I stumble upon the right information and it's like, that's what I needed to know, and then I'll capitalize and use it. But I'm a weirdo. And I don't take. Considering all the things that I want to do, I'm not going about them very well. I guess there's no harm in that. There's no harm in taking it slow and doing things one at a time and trying to, you know, get better as you go. But it's a bit of a collaborative effort between me right now and me later when I edit, me when I record, me when I edit, and it's like that pretty much decides the fate of the entire video. I think the last Stardew video I did ended up turning out really, really well because it had a good balance of that unity, that alliance there, where it's like, you know, during the recording I knew when I would probably want to do jump cuts, and it made the editing process way easier because, you know, even though it took a while to make that because, you know, there was a lot of footage, it was over 2 hours, it still wasn't so bad. It was still something that I actually kind of enjoyed doing. Also probably because on the same day I recorded or edited the Underdone podcast episode 1, which that was a huge pain in the ass to make because I had to make all of that in like a day. And I did to an extent that I am actually happy with. And if nothing else, by the way, just for a laugh, I guess I highly recommend watching that. At least like the end of it. I mean, it's an interesting thing. Where basically, me and Kitsune are just kind of talking about a game mode we used to play, essentially, and stuff. And there's a lot of that kind of source content nowadays that is like kind of looking back at stuff that doesn't really exist in the capacity it used to anymore. Stuff from the 2010s that is kind of forgotten or left abandoned and stuff, with specifically like source, like Gary's Mod stuff. I've seen a lot of content about that kind of thing. And some resurgences in that field, you know. I'm not even going to mention it, but you know, one of the big ones. But I wouldn't even say that's necessarily a part of a Gmod thing. It's just, you know, I mean, it kind of is, but whatever, never mind. It's different. It's very different. But also, I can't promise that it'll be a very professional or well-researched and well-accurate podcast with you know, historical value that can be extrapolated and verified or anything. It's not really going to be like that. It's going to be more like we just kind of talk about this thing that we, you know, are still interested in and we're interested in, and our experiences with it personally, and what we remember about it, just for whatever value that might be worth. Also, in a way, to spread awareness for it, because I don't think, clearly, I don't think that people even really know it exists and might actually end up enjoying it someday. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely over its prime and stuff, but it's still something that I enjoy playing and hopping onto and stuff. Anyway, that's kind of besides the point. That's just me shouting out something that I spent a lot of work on, and I gotta say, it was a real pain in the ass. It was a real pain in the ass getting that as it was, but it was a very, very valuable learning experience, and I am definitely gonna, you know, we're gonna be making more of that over time. But and on the flip side, the Tarkov streams that I've been doing, they've been super well received. I have, you know, a lot of people are really actually enjoying them, and it's been a ton of fun. And I know I'm just kind of documenting stuff that's gonna age like milk, but again, documenting my current emotions and feelings on things is kind of the point of this. So come on, no, how am I missing? How am I missing all of these shots? I also haven't been making like any YouTube shorts lately at all, which is just something that I've just been neglecting to do. I have some clips and stuff ready for it. I've been really fatigued lately, I'll be honest. Like overworked with stuff, and it kind of started before that Underdone podcast. I think, you know, I won't even say it, but again, because I want, if you want to know the context, you can go watch it. But that line I said at the beginning of that ending section, very accurate, very accurate. What a prediction that was, because wow, it really does. What a week, you know. Wow, it really does feel that way. But I'm happy about that. That's the thing. I definitely am pushing myself really hard, 100% without a shadow of a doubt. But I'm really happy that I'm even able to do that, because I've never been able to do that before in my entire life. Maybe if I paid more attention in school, I could have overworked at, you know, at school or something, but I don't know. I never did any of that stuff. I never really focused on any of that stuff too much, so that wasn't really ever anything that kind of concerned me to an extent. That's how you make that, okay. It was never anything that I struggled with, or that I didn't really focus too hard on school that much, and I regret that a lot. I have a lot of regrets about school and how I tackled it, but I'm still moving forward and still moving on, and that's not ever gonna change, because that's all I can do. I've led enough of a luxurious life without stress. I want that stress now. I want to thrust it up on myself. I want that. But there's just been a lot of stuff to like recap on and to go through that I've kind of been like letting build up, and it's like it's a lot to go through all at once to catch up on and stuff. This is not where I want the wall. But yeah, I'm enjoying that. That rush, that feeling is something I really enjoy, and I didn't even think I had that capability. I think that's what I think that's how workaholics feel. I think that's how they feel, in a way. I wouldn't say it's that extreme, where I'm spending every day working, but I'm definitely getting through a lot of the stuff that's clogged up, and that's, you know, takes time and you know, it takes mind and attention and stuff to get through and to sort through. And I mean, none of that's necessarily related to the channel or even being productive at all, but it does open the room up so that it doesn't impede upon future times where I am gonna need to be productive for whatever reason, because, you know, still working on the channel and stuff like that. So there's just been a lot of stuff for me to sift through and to do, and it's building up. There's still a lot. I have not finished it all, and I'm not close to finishing it all, but I will have a time to do that. And it's because I spend a lot of time streaming now with the Tarkov thing. Like, that takes a lot of time, like a lot of time to do, like a ton. But more than that, it's also just kind of, you know, recording takes an hour or so every day. Editing takes about well, it depends on the video. Like Stardew Valley, that took over an hour. And the Underdone podcast one, that took like 5 hours. It took a long time, and that's because I had to render, that's because of the way I rendered the Soundwave things. Which I know is not the most efficient way I could have done that, but that's the method that I have, and so it's what I use. I bring this up, but I've been like listening to Distractable, Markiplier, you know, Bob and Wade podcast and stuff. You know, you know that. I'm sure you've heard of that before. And Mark talks about how he works on like the movie and stuff that he's making and all that. I don't want to bring it up in too much detail or anything, but I know it's nothing like what he probably has to go through and all the work he has to do. But I really admire whenever he talks about it. I really admire it. I really admire all the work that he says, you know, he puts into it and stuff. That's something that I'm like, damn, I wish I could do that. I wish I could, like, tackle things the way that he does, you know what I mean? Because the way he says he goes about things is like, you know, he'll have to like learn a new skill to try and do it or whatever, and then he'll see how people do it in the industry and how people do it correctly, or how people recommend to do it or whatever, but then he'll try to do it his own way, and you know, end up failing miserably and then have to use the other methods, but then they end up doubting them again, and it's like, it's just never-ending loop of, like, I guess creativity at the end of the day is what it is. And that's something I really, that's something I really admire and look up to. And, I guess I kind of feel, I feel a little, I feel like I kind of relate to that to an extent. To a very, very limited extent. Maybe I'm even actually being humble in saying it's really that limited, because at the end of the day, I'm still making content in a way. I don't know. It still feels weird to even say that I do that, because I don't feel like I just don't feel like what I make is up to that level of to even the minimum level of, like, factuality, I guess, a truth. I don't know. I don't, like, when I look at my videos, or I look at all the stuff that I make, even when I'm looking at the Vegas, you know, like, tracks and stuff, and all the stuff I've done to it, it's like, I did a good job on this video, you know, but I don't think of it as I made a video like a YouTuber does. I just think of it as, like, I got that out of the way, I completed that task, I can move on now. I guess I think of it more like work than anything else. But I say that as someone who's never really worked a job before, so I don't really necessarily know what that feels like, but in a literal sense, but it definitely feels that what I imagine that to be. If nothing else, it's what I consider to be work for myself. I think at the end of the day, my point is, I don't feel like I can call what I do work, and I don't feel like I can call what I upload content. Which is really, probably sounds really weird for you. It probably sounds really weird, because I have uploaded so many videos, and I have put a lot of time into the channel. I mean, you know, it's been over like a year and a half at this point of me uploading stuff, and I've been dedicating every day to making things on some extent. That's just videos, not even including the streams that I've done every day from morning to night on you know, all the time. I don't know. I lost my train of thought, but I'm just gonna move on. I don't care anymore. I'm just gonna move on from that topic, because I don't want to think about it too much. Just, I'm doing a lot of stuff for the channel. I'm not doing as much as I could be. Like, I think if I was actually a workaholic, I would be working on the channel way more. I would not even be spending time with leisure, unless I was resting or whatever. Because I do spend a lot of time playing games, right? And just kind of relaxing, in quotation marks. But they're not easy, and they take a lot of my brain to kind of get through and stuff. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know how I can fully refer to it, but I do spend a lot of time not working on the channel. I spend more time not working on it than I do working on it. It's not like I literally dedicate my life to this channel or anything. I mean, I do, though, because even if it's not all the time, and even if it's not all of, like, that time that I spend doing other stuff, it's still a lot of time. It still is that. It'd just be disingenuous to say otherwise. So I don't know. I guess at the end of the day, it's just not something that I can grasp myself. It's not something that I can claim myself. I can't claim that I am a YouTuber. I think I've said that as a joke a few times, but, like, trying to actually think about it that way, I don't think I can do that at all. I mean, I definitely can't. Absolutely. That's not even, like, a weird thing. Of course I can't. There's like 100 reasons why I can't do that. But, I don't know. I don't know what else to say about it than that. Okay, I need to save some concrete. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a red line across the middle, and that will help me save some of the white concrete, because I don't feel like making more right now. Hey, I did the less lazy task of the ones that I appointed to myself last video, which was to actually make this and not just go work on the castle more, which that would have been the lazy thing to do. This was the less lazy thing to do, but I'm going about this in a lazy way, and still, so You know, guys, I will never change. I will literally never change again, I guess. Alright, we're almost done with this. I'm not really worried about this pick breaking, though. I mean, it still has over 100... Okay, 70 durability. I used half of it since I last checked. I'm not really worried about it breaking. But yeah, there's just been a lot of stuff for me to work my head over. Even if I'm playing these, like, games and stuff, they're very... They take a lot of thought, and they take a lot of... It's stuff that has a lot of, like, long-term ramifications. Like, it's games that I'm playing actively and will do for many years, and it's like... I have to think about decisions that I make in them, and also it kind of costs money and stuff, and it's like, okay, I gotta kind of do this right, and that takes brain power and stuff, so... Yeah, I'm always racking my brain at all times, every day, all the time. I'm racking my head like crazy, so... Alright, that's not too bad. I kind of want to do something a little different with this, though, with the floor. I want to try doing kind of a slab floor to an extent. That requires quite a bit of... that's going to require more concrete and stuff, though. Wait, is that even... I guess I could just do it at the entrance. It actually kind of wouldn't work to be anywhere else, because... You'd be like head height on the tables. That'd be kind of weird. I guess it's better not to do that. Okay, well, I'll just leave it as being like that there then, I guess, maybe? I don't know. At that point, why even bother? At that point, why bother? I'll just leave it as it is. Alright, well... Can I wrap it up here? I don't know. I feel like making some banners would be nice. Like lining the top with some banners. I feel like that would be enough for me to say that's good enough. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's go get some wool from the sheep and make some banners, and we'll wrap it up there. Basically, the conversation of the episode is just that I feel super fatigued and I feel super overworked in a way, but I'm glad about that. I find that to be a very good thing. I don't find it to be a bad thing. I mean, there's bad things about it, and I don't recommend anyone else go through it, actually, at all. I mean, that's the kind of thing that you would want to consult, like, a doctor about or something, or a therapist or something. It's not something that you should take lightly, actually, at all, but, it's something that I feel that I deserve somehow to go through, whether or not it's stressful, and it is very stressful. It makes me realize either either my threshold is really low, which I don't doubt at all. I fully believe that because I am new to this. I've only been doing this for a little bit, but it's either that or I'm just straight up. It is that I'm doing a lot of work, and it is that what I'm doing is really hard to do, and it is that what I'm doing is just not, I guess, paying off in a way that that would make it easy for me to just rationalize as like, I'm doing this, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. Like, I can't really say that at all. It's not. Right now, though. But that's the thing, right? It's of an untold, priceless importance that I will never understand in my current moment. But that's what makes it worth chasing in the first place. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this episode of Minecraft. I apologize if that was a little lackluster. I don't know. I actually felt like this was a pretty good episode. I didn't mean for it to look like teeth, but it really looks like teeth and a mouth. I think I might need to change that somehow. But I kind of just wanted this to be like a food shop, I guess, right? Just a little food stand, I guess, type of thing. And besides some of the torches, I could replace those. I think that's not bad at all. Now imagine a whole, whole line of them on both sides, in varying colors and themes that have different things in them. Like I could do a clothing store with like, clothing stands, armor stands with like dyed leather armor on them and stuff. There's a lot of ways I could do this. I could literally make a mall. Okay, this is a proof of concept for the investors. But that's gonna do it for this episode of Minecraft. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. It means a lot, because even if it is really stressful for me to get through everything that I had to get through and stuff, if you watch it, that makes it worth it, without a shadow of a doubt. Like I said earlier, it's hard to say it's worth it, because I won't really process that fact. But it is. It is. It is. So, without further ado, before the background noise gets any worse, you know I always come back, and while I have been snippy, you know I'll see you around.